Hello, viewers. Namaste. Good evening to all of you. I welcome to all my viewers to my channel. And one of the important thing I'm going to share with you, the very new since the Ukraine and Russia are locked into the war, and we are also facing setback from the economic ground due to the COVID-19 and its repercussions we are facing. And during the war, the Russia and Ukraine, and when Western countries wanted to get India's support to not to buy the Russian oil and trade with Russia, and many things they wanted to pressure India, or they wanted to sometime to engage to some degree to cooperate with India to actually get support, India's support they wanted, and they aggressively they discussed and debated the very long topic, and they even said that you have to don't buy the fuels from Russia, and India took this step called non-alignment movement. Non-aligned. India always said that non-aligned. But this is my topic. Non-alignment and movement. Why this came to picture and who proposed this first time? We are appreciating our Foreign Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, and applauding very loudly. He has done a great job to protect India's interest in the name of non-alignment. But as the chief of the cabinet, Prime Minister Modi, people are saying that Prime Minister Modi handled it well. But many times in the political sphere, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru becomes a punching bag. Everybody's, whenever they are from opposition party, they are criticizing Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's policy. And does Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was wrong? This can be judged by the non-alignment movement. The foreign policy that we are exercising present time is following actually the already set non-alignment movement by the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So if we are following that policy and also criticizing to get the political mileage to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, is that it is right? It's absolutely not. If you are following the same policy and also criticizing the founder of the policy, these are two contradictory things. But forget about the politics. My topic or point of discussion is that to share the knowledge with my viewers in great detail. And what is this policy all about? I'm going to tell you. But the question I'm going to phrase is mostly came from the it is just kind of a knowledge sharing, but it can be very useful for if someone preparing for the examination for written test, they can get through it. The question is that what is meaning of non-alignment? Is it an antithesis of alignment discuss. So this is the question. So I'm going to explain the non-alignment is one of those phenomenon of international politics which appears on the international scene after the Second World War, which represents an important force in the shaping of the nature of international relations. Non-alignment as the principle of foreign policy stands for the policy of keeping away from power politics. There was a two bloc, the Western bloc and the Communist bloc. The Communist bloc actually led by the Russia. And Russia went into a direct confrontation with the United States. Okay, so India took this step to not align with anybody. Okay, हम किसी के साथ नहीं हैं. What is meaning of this? I'm going to tell you. Non-alignment is a principle of foreign policy. It stands for the policy of keeping away from power politics, superpower rivalries, Cold War, and the alliance system of hostile blocs. It stands for international states in international relations. It seeks to prevent the spread of the hegemonious control with a superpower always trying to exercise over its camp's follower. एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे कि आप हमारे लीडर हैं और आपने हमें अपने साथ रख रखा है, तो आई हैव टू फॉलो योर पॉलिसीज़. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक बस में ड्राइवर जिधर जाएगा उधर जाना होगा, है ना, क्योंकि बस उधर ही जा रही है. इट इज़ काइंड ऑफ अ ब्लॉक, सो यू कैन नॉट एक्सरसाइज योर ऑन independence on that. Okay. The credit of giving real meaning to the concept of non-alignment in the world taught by the power blocks goes to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the India's first Prime Minister. It was he who gave substance to the concept of non-alignment. Explaining the policy of non-alignment, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said, and I'm quoting, "We propose, as far as policy, to keep away from the power politics of the groups aligned against one another, which have led in the past of the world wars, and which may again lead to disasters on an even vaster scale. We believe that peace and freedom are indivisible, and the denial of freedom anywhere we must endanger freedom elsewhere and lead to conflict and war. We are particularly interested in the emancipation of colonial and independent countries and people, and in recognition of theory and practice of equal opportunity for all races. Because of these colonial powers were the racist, they brutally suppressed African countries greatly, and also India suffered due to their brutal acts they have done. 200 years of ruling. On other occasions, Pandit Nehru said the use of word neutral to describe India's foreign policy is wrong. He said that I am not neutral. Our present Foreign Minister Jaishankar ji actually said that in an interview. Someone asked the anchor, I think, asked him to, you are neutral, you are not participating in this block or that block. He said that I am standing on my ground. If I am not joining this block or that block, that doesn't mean that I am neutral. I am standing on my ground. Okay. This is said by the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. This special word they used, I am not neutral. I am standing on my ground. Okay. The foreign policy is wrong. He said that, except in terms of war. He said that during war, जब युद्ध होता है, उस दौरान हम न्यूट्रल रहेंगे, उस पर हम पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करेंगे. पीस की बात एज हमारे यहाँ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में आर्टिकल 51 में दिया गया है कि टू कोऑपरेट एंड मेंटेन द इंटरनेशनल पीस एंड ऑर्डर. ये हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का फ्रेमवर्क है जो स्टेट पॉलिसी के अंतर्गत आता है. इंटरनेशनल पीस और के लिए जो हो सकेगा हम कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे. I will contribute my maximum as our constitution has given under Article 51 to cooperate with and establish international peace and order. I will cooperate what I can do for the betterment of the international order and peace establishment. So it's my foreign policy. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said that the use of word neutral to describe India's foreign policy is wrong, except in terms of war. If you say that there is a war on today, we are neutral. Most of the colonials of the imperialist power, which emerged as independent states during the post-war period, associated India's stand on world affairs and described to the policy of non-alignment. Colonel Nasser of Egypt and Marshal Tito of Yugoslavia also supported the policy of non-alignment. The non-alignment movement gained momentum due to untiring efforts of its founding fathers, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Colonel Nasser and Marshal Tito. Despite tremendous odds, these leaders firmly adhered to the policy of non-alignment and resisted relentless pressures which were mounted on them to abandon it. लोगों ने इस चीज़ के लिए प्रेशर दिया, you have to join this bloc, power politics, but they denied. क्यों? इतनी बड़ी पॉपुलेशन है हमारा, अभी हम डेवलप्ड नहीं हैं, हमारे पास स्ट्रेंथ नहीं है. अगर हम किसी के वॉर में जाते हैं, कोई हमको इम्पैक्ट करता है, तो ये चीज़ हम बियर नहीं कर पाएंगे. ये तो एक अलग मैटर है, लेकिन हम वॉर में नहीं जाना चाहते. हमने वॉर और एक्सपेंशन पॉलिसी मौर्य के ज़माने में ही छोड़ दी थी. अशोक के ज़माने में ही हम लोगों ने इस चीज़ को छोड़ दिया था, एक्सपेंशन पॉलिसी. So, Indian continent belongs to Indian people. That is very clear. The Pakistan and Bangladesh and India is Indian subcontinent, and this subcontinent belongs to Indian people. Whatever the religion they practice, we have bifurcated into states, but these are the Indian states, Pakistan and Bangladesh. They are religiously isolated from India, but these all are Indian states. Okay. Definitions. Some experts say that non-alignment can be best defined as not entering into military alliance. मिलिट्री अलायंस में हम कहीं एंटर नहीं करते with any country, and in particular with any country either of the Western or of the communist bloc. I'm not going to be with a military alliance with anybody. India doesn't have military alliance with anybody, even though Russia doesn't have military alliance. We are buying major chunk of weapons from Russia, yes indeed, but that doesn't mean that we have any alliance with Russia. In the word of J.P. Nehru, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji, non-alignment means attempt by a nation to keep itself aloof from military blocs. हम अपने आप को अलग रखते हैं. It means trying to view the things as far as possible, not from military point of view. Through that has to be come in sometime, but B must have independent viewpoint and must have friendly relation with all countries. He said that it means trying to view the things as far as possible, not from military point of view, though that has to come in sometimes, but we must have independent viewpoints and must have friendly relation with all countries. Okay, we are not going to engage with military alliance, but we want friendly relation with all countries, as Mr. Jaishankar did and performing doing it. Okay, so the current policy, foreign policy, overlaps with our past policy since 47. Okay, so there is no deviation from the path. According to M.S. Rajan, especially and negatively, non-alignment meant the rejection of military or political alliances. Positively, it means taking of ad hoc decisions on international problems as and when they come up according to the merits of each state. On the basis of this definition, it can be said that non-alignment as a fundamental principle of a foreign policy stands for opposition to Cold War. First, non-alignment, non-membership of military alliance. Second, keeping away from power politics. Third, and the policy to act independently in international relations. These are four concepts we have made it. Okay. So what is the difference between non-alignment and neutrality? Okay. I am saying that I am neutral. Neutral, what is the meaning of this neutral? this went into the intellectual discussions. The Western scholars, like many W. Martin type से, have preferred the term neutralism to non-alignment. But there is a difference between the two. Someone said that non-alignment is just like a neutralism, but that doesn't mean that there is a difference. Okay, non-alignment is, I think, what I understand is the thing which is, मैं ऐसे समझता हूँ कि जो नॉन अलाइनमेंट जो है वो किसी के साथ अलाइंड नहीं है. जो न्यूट्रलिज्म जो है अलाइंड हो करके भी न्यूट्रल है ना. नॉन अलाइनमेंट जो है हम आपके साथ ही पीछे नहीं है, लेकिन न्यूट्रलिज्म का मीन्स ये है कि हम पीछे तो हैं लेकिन हम वॉर नहीं करेंगे. So there is a difference. Non-alignment is a policy of keeping out alliances. समझ गए, हम साथ ही नहीं हैं in general and military particulars. While political neutrality means keeping away from the political issues. In non-aligned need not be neutral under all circumstances. Under exceptional circumstances, it may participate actively in world affairs. न्यूट्रलिज्म में ये है कि कभी कभी हम पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे वर्ल्ड अफेयर्स में. Once Pandit Nehru has said that our policy is independent of action where freedom is menaced or justice threatened or where aggression takes place. We cannot be neutral. Okay. I'm again reading it. Our policy is independent of action where freedom is menaced or justice threatened or where aggression takes place. We cannot be neutral. Means I will participate into the world affairs as well